Before you speak for God, you must hear him clearly. There is something the Lord has been pressing strongly this season. Many people want to speak for God, but very few are trained to hear him. And this is where error comes in. Yes, this is where error begins. Because when you speak without hearing, you introduce your emotions, your wounds, and your assumptions into what should have been divine instruction. Your voice is only as accurate as your hearing. So today, we are not focusing on speaking. We are focusing on hearing God clearly. Now, I'm going to be sharing with us few points on hearing God before speaking. Point number 1, God is always speaking. God is not silent. From Genesis to Revelation, he is a speaking God. The issue is not whether God is speaking, it is whether you are positioned to hear him clearly. Many people are spiritually distracted. You are full of noise, social media, opinions, fear, internal dialogue. And God speaks in a way that requires sensitivity. Sometimes his voice is not loud, it is precise. So if you want to hear God clearly, you must reduce the noise in your life. Clarity is born in stillness. Point 2, discerning God's voice. Yes, learning how to discern God's voice. Not every voice in your head is God. And this is where maturity is required. God's voice has characteristics. It aligns with his word. It brings peace. Even when it's correct, it leads, not forces. Your voice is emotional. Yes, your own voice is emotional. It is reactive. It is often rooted in fear or desire. The enemy's voice brings confusion, fear, and urgency. So you must test what you hear. Ask yourself, does this align with God's nature? Does this produce peace or panic? Does this require faith or feed fear? God's voice is consistent. And the more time you spend with him, the more familiar his voice becomes. Point number 3. Obedience sharpens hearing. Yes, your obedience to the words of God, or to the commandment of God, or to the instruction of God sharpens your hearing. One of the biggest reasons people stop hearing God clearly is disobedience. God will not continue giving new instructions if you ignore the last one. Some of you are asking God for clarity, but he is waiting for your obedience. Go back to the last thing he told you. Did he tell you to let go? Did he tell you to forgive? Did he tell you step out? Because obedience unlocks further revelation. Disobedience creates insensitivity, not in God. I will take that again. Disobedience creates distance, insensitivity, not in God. God is still speaking, but your spirit becomes dull when you ignore him. Obedience sharpens your ears. Point number 4. Developing hearing lifestyle. Yes, developing your hearing lifestyle. Hearing God is not an event, it is a lifestyle. You develop it daily through time in his presence, meditation on his word, stillness, prayer, intentional listening. You don't rush God. You sit, you wait, you listen, and over time, you begin to recognize his voice without confusion. His voice becomes clearer to you. This is how authority is built, because those who hear clearly will speak accurately. Now, I want you to know that in this season, God is not just raising voices, he is also raising listeners, because the power of your voice is in the accuracy of what you hear. So I want to challenge you. Before you speak, pause. Before you post, listen. Listen to the voice of God. Before you respond, discern. Because when you hear God clearly, you will speak with power, empathy, precision, and authority. And your voice will no longer be noise. It will be impact. Now, listen to this prophetic declaration. Your spiritual ears are opening. Confusion is breaking. Clarity is coming. You will not mishear God this season. You will hear him clearly. Follow him boldly and speak with authority in Jesus' name. Amen. I want you to comment below, I am ready. God is speaking. I am listening. God bless you.